I'm here with the head coach of the Wesley College Wolverines, Mike Drass, as we get ready for this week's game against Lake Erie. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations on the ACFC title last week. It was certainly a hard-fought battle with Salisbury, but you guys came out on top.
It was, and I think that's a key word. It was a hard-fought battle on both sides, and I think defensively we played exceptionally well. We played well enough on offense, but it was a great game by two really good teams, and we're proud of the victory.
Penalties have to be again a factor this week. Over 100 yards in penalties. That just has to be very frustrating for you at this point.
Well, it's frustrating on a couple different points. One, we're really working on this, and we're not seeing the result that we're working toward. You get to a point, maybe, I don't know. Some people shouldn't be on the field because, there's a couple penalties on special teams that really gave Salisbury some great field position that we can't afford to do. And, one was a mental mistake, and two were just dumb, stupid penalties after a play. I tell you, we've talked to the officials about this head-to-head contact, and, we had a penalty on us on a head-to-head contact, and you watch the film, and the two heads don't meet. So I don't know what they're looking for. With that penalty, I've asked them, and they've given me some answers. But then you watch the film, and I respect the fact they're trying to protect the player. But heck, when you watch film and all of a sudden it's called head-to-head contact and the two helmets don't meet, it's just it's frustrating.
Well, one thing I know you have to be happy about is the fact that it was a total team effort. You get good defensive pressure, multiple sacks in the game, a couple of interceptions, 3 passing touchdowns, and a long rushing touchdown. So really you got contributions from all the aspects that you would look for as a football coach.
Well, we did, and it was a great win. I still feel we haven't really put everything all together, and we need to do that. I think as you look at the tail end of our schedule, these are going to be challenging games, and we need to continue to improve. That's going to be our motto as we go through, the rest of this season.
Man who caught 2 touchdowns this past week, Sean McAndrew, the tight end. Talk about what he's done for this program this year.
Well, you have a guy like John Lanowette, who's the school's all-time leading receiver, and he's with us for those 5 years, with his injury year. And, a guy like Sean comes in, who's a junior, who's been playing behind him, and you never quite know what to expect. And he's done such a great job, and he's taken a lot of pride in what he's done as far as his blocking. We knew he had great hands and he would catch the football, and I believe he's averaging over 18 yards a catch or close to that. So he's a guy that's going to stretch the field vertically. But as we look at it, here's a guy who's taking a lot of pride in trying to block and do everything right. We're real proud of him because he was a defensive back and a wide receiver in high school. This is a brand new world for him.
We also had a chance after the game last week to talk to C.J. Baycoat. He had his first touchdown this past week, and he said the teammates, and when he went back to the huddle, it's almost like taking the monkey off his back. That had to be great for him and for the team to see him chip in with the touchdown.
Well, he had 4 when he was a freshman. He was our Rookie of the Year many years ago. But, and that's something that bothered him all last year, and I got to be honest, I remember talking to him about in the offseason. I just thought he had scored. I thought he had scored a couple times last year, but I guess he hadn't. I'm real happy for him. He's a great kid. He's a good leader. He's a hard worker.
Well, this week the Storm of Lake Erie College make their way in. This is a program that in its second year you can see the strides. 3-7 last year, 7-3 coming into the game this week, and all the scores since they played basically the same schedule. They're 3 to 4 touchdowns better than they were last year. This is an absolute challenge for your football team.
Without question. Sean Bedovalski, I believe his name is, their quarterback. Wow, what an exceptional player. Tony Howard is a Division I transfer, great player. Heck, you got to take your hats off to their coaching staff and the job they've done. We know we're going to be challenged. Someone was asking me, well, if they're in NCAA Division II, how many scholarships they have? And I said, from looking at the field, looks like they have a bunch of them. I don't know for a fact, but they have some. Their skill players, are the same kids as last year, and they were good last year. They're even better now. I think offensive line wise, they've had a couple new guys along with some guys from last year, and they're just really improved. The one thing you notice with them, statistically, they're very similar, with one exception: the quarterback's rushing yards. And last year he ran for the ball too, but he had a lot of negative yardage because of sacks. Well, he's not getting sacked this year, so his stats are pretty good.
And what are you expecting to see from them defensively?
Well, defensively, they started the season off, kind of shaky a little bit, giving up some points and some yardage. But over the last 4 weeks, they've come into their own. They're flying around. They're hitting people. They're getting the job done. So it's a whole new ball of wax. When I think they're playing with a lot of confidence, and I think they're playing with a lot of excitement. They're trying to go 8-3. We're trying to go 9-0. So we know it's going to be a battle.
Well, best of luck trying to get win number 9, Coach.
Thanks.